in this panel discussion, LGBTQ caucus, there was one individual. We'll give you this individual's bio in a moment. But listen to what this individual is calling for in terms of abolishing police and things like that.
I'm talking about like for real abolition, not just watered down DNC version of abolition. We're talking about abolishing the police. We're talking about abolishing ICE. We're talking about abolishing prisons.
Yeah. Okay. So abolishing the police, abolishing prisons, abolishing ICE. So who was this individual? Well, they're involved in LGBTQ activities at Wake Forest University. Let's take a look at the page. Let's look at some of the bios of some of the people involved at Wake Forest. First is Dr. A.J. Mazaris. Now, this was not the individual we just heard. A.J. Mazaris, Director, LGBTQ Plus Center, and Assistant Vice President for Equitable Policy, Office of Diversity of Inclusion. Diversity and inclusion means gateway or the highway, basically. Okay, so Dr. A.J. Mazaris, they, them, theirs. You say, what does that mean? It means Dr. Mazaris does not like to be referred to as he or she, but as they, or them, or theirs. Is the founding director of the LGBTQ Plus Center at Wake Forest University, where they also teach the Department of Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies. Dr. Mazaris serves as part of the university's diversity and inclusion leadership team and is committed to creating an institution that welcomes, supports, and engages everyone to their fullest potential. Dr. Mazaris has a PhD in American Studies from Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, where they were honored to hold the Jacob Javits Fellowship in the U.S. Department of Education. Their teaching and research focus on LGBTQ history, queer theory, public history, and gender studies. These are some of the profs, friends, teaching your kids in college and university. Okay, now let's scroll down and let's look at the bio for J. Mai. That's the one we just saw in the LGBTQ Democrat caucus calling for the abolition of police, prison, and ICE. J. Mai, J. Mai, preferred pronouns they, them, is a Black Vietnamese transgender, non-binary gender, transcendent mermaid queen king, currently living out of their ever-evolving truths in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Now, let's leave it on the screen here for a minute. I am not making this up. I am not mocking. I am simply saying this is the insanity that we have warned about, the social insanity, the gender insanity. Once you get away from male and female, he created them. We've warned about it for years. Who saw this coming? If I told you just a few years ago, people will be identifying as transgender, non-binary gender, transcendent mermaid queen king, currently living out their ever-evolving truths in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, a recently licensed minister and the Progressive National Baptist Church. Jay received their bachelor's in sociology and women, gender, sexuality studies at Wake Forest University and is currently working towards a master in divinity at Wake Forest University School of Divinity. And it goes on. May God touch these individuals whose names I just mentioned. May they truly come to know God, and may they understand who they genuinely are and who God made them to be. Friends, this is where society is going. This is on university campuses, friends, and we're just supposed to accept this. Okay, raise a hand with me. No, I don't accept this as the new normal. I will have compassion on those who struggle, but you better believe I will not conform my universe to the gender transcendent mermaid king queen ideology. Sorry, it's not going to happen.